Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV and your fortnightly edition of Collective Consciousness, streaming live to you via Facebook and YouTube. Do let us know here at the channel who's with us this evening by placing your comments up in the comments section, letting us know who you are and where it is indeed you are watching from in this lovely world. What a beautiful day it's been here in the UK. We've started the celebrations already of the Queen's Jubilee, so I hope you've all been enjoying that. I can see comments coming in straight away from the lovely June Malkin watching via YouTube saying happy Platinum Jubilee, everyone. Happy Platinum Jubilee back to you too, June. Thanks for joining us here this evening. As always, guys, for those of you that join me on the show every fortnight, you know what I'm about to say. Please do share us out there. Please do share Spiritual Psychics TV out there to all of your social media platforms. Producer Richard is whispering in my ear that he's still winning with the shares. So let's see if we can beat him this evening. If you're watching via Facebook, it's dead easy to do. Just hit that share button at the bottom of your screen. And as I say, send it out to all spiritual pages and indeed your own. If you're watching via YouTube, it's a very simple process. There's a little swirly arrow icon that sits just on the bottom of your screen. If you touch that, you can copy and paste that onto all of your social media platforms. And again, we would be very, very appreciative for all of your sharing because it does help us here at the channel grow and reach as many people as we possibly can. Now, as I've mentioned, we are streaming live and all of your comments are viewed by members of the public. So we would ask you to use discretion when placing and doing so. And we also have approximately a 10 to 15 second delay from you placing your comments to us receiving and vice versa. So again, let's be patient with one another. And if you do feel that when myself and my lovely guest medium, who I shall be bringing on screen very shortly, are connecting with a loved one of yours from spirit, do give us that continuous feed. Do interact with us because it helps us move forward with the vein of the message. So, without further ado, Producer Richard, before we bring my lovely guest medium onto screen, shall I say a few hellos to some of the lovelies that are joining us here this evening? Oh, I don't believe you. I'm sure we got lots of people here. We've got the lovely Cheryl Burdeniak who's watching via Facebook saying, good evening, everyone. Hi there, Cheryl. Thank you so much for holding space and being here with us this evening. Karen King is watching from Mablethorpe Beach on this beautiful evening. Wow, that is amazing. Thank you for being with us here at Spiritual Psychics TV, Karen. Mary Dixie's watching via YouTube saying, good evening, Bill and Richard. Good evening to you too, Mary. Thank you for holding space. It's lovely to have your company. Catherine Newkirk is watching via Facebook and she joins us from Missouri in the US of A. Thank you for joining, Catherine. It's lovely to have your company. We've also got the lovely Debbie Gallagher who watches via Facebook saying, evening, Bill, Jennifer, Richard, and everyone here this evening. Lovely to have your company and thank you for holding space. Laurie Garner is watching via YouTube and is also saying hello from Texas. Couple of overseas guests with us this evening, which is absolutely fab. Thanks for joining, guys. We've also got the lovely Joanne Lewis who joins us from Birmingham in the UK, watching via Facebook. Thanks for joining, Joanne. Lovely to have your company and holding space with us here. And we've also got Charlotte Bertinia Yeats Smith, who joins via Facebook saying, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you too, Charlotte. The producer, Richard, should we bring my lovely international guest medium onto screen here with me this evening? And as if by magic, there you are. Good evening to you, Jennifer.
Hi, Bill. How are you?
I'm so good. It's wonderful to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate your time and your energy. Now, for everybody that's watching at home, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me on your program. First of all, it's an honor. And you know, I love serving spirit, so I'm so happy to be here. I am a medium and I absolutely love doing it. I love serving spirit. I love, you know, all of the love and the healing that is brought through mediumship. I also serve as a healer and a spiritual teacher. So quite diverse and all kinds of fun things that I like to do, but anything spiritual is my kind of tea.
Wow. So you sound like you're a really, really busy lady. So how did you first get into spiritualism? What is it that led you on this pathway that you're now serving today?
Oh, my soul. um, I've always been spiritual, always been inclined towards that even since I was little, because I was quite sensitive. So I knew there was something there. And then once I just got to a certain age, I just started really feeling the calling, So,
Yeah.
most of my family was kind of on the independent route, not needing me so much anymore. And so then I felt this strong pull inside of me that says, okay, it's time, we're going that way. And so I listened.
You listened and you followed, and hey, this is where it's brought you
Yeah.
to today. So it's really
Yeah.
funny, isn't it, how spirit orchestrate and they make space at certain times within your life where
Absolutely.
we maybe get to a point within our lives where we're just that little bit more comfortable, and they know that we've got that free time, and they say, well, there you go, Jennifer, there you go, Bill, we've got something else planned for you now. Have some of that.
Exactly.
And whereabouts is it in the United States that you're from?
I'm in California, so it's nice weather most of the year round, but we get chilly weather too, but lots of sunshine, and I've lived here my whole life, so I really enjoy it. But I'd love to come over to your neck of the woods one of these days.
You'll have to make that happen. Absolutely. We're celebrating the Queen's Jubilee at the moment. So we've got a 4-day bank holiday, which is absolutely fantastic. And today's been glorious sunshine. So I think people have been making the most of that, which is absolutely fabulous. And I mean, what a landmark event to be celebrating, 70 years in rain. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
So absolutely. Now, where can people find you on social media? Because I know you are on Facebook. So where is it that people should find you? Should they want to follow you?
Oh yeah, on Facebook, I'm on Medium Jennifer Rose, and Instagram, I'm on Jennifer Rose Medium. So I just flipped the medium from the front to the back. And I am on mediumjenniferrose.com as well for my website.
Yeah. Wonderful. So there you go, guys. If any of you have taken a liking and have warmed to our lovely Jennifer, you know where to find her. And I'm sure producer Richard will be popping up in the graphics the links for Jennifer's Facebook profile, which I believe is on screen now. So Jennifer, should we say a few hellos to some of the lovelies that are joining us this evening? So ladies first, as you're the guest, I'm going to hand over to you to acknowledge our first guest.
I see Princess Peacham's Nikki Booth. Hello. So nice to have you with us.
And we've got the June Malkin saying, we've spotted your certificate, Bill. You have, June. I've got it in pride of place just up on my fireplace there. And I just want to take a minute of time just to thank each and every single one of you that voted Collective Consciousness as the best spiritual TV show. I'm so humbled. So God bless each and every one of you that took the time to do so. Who else have we got with us? The lovely Jennifer.
I see Caitlin McKay. Hello, thanks for coming.
We've also got Lizzie Smith who's saying good evening, watching via Facebook. Good evening to you too, Lizzie.
And Melinda Lewis, also from Facebook. Hello.
We've got Ali J who's watching via Facebook saying good evening, everyone. Hi there, Ali. Thank you so much for holding space, my lovely.
And Liz Kennedy, also from Facebook, from Scotland. Yay, all the magic.
Gerald Burdenack watching via YouTube saying good evening, everyone. Good evening, Gerald. Thank you for holding space. Lovely to have your company, my darling.
And Heidi Spicer, hello, also from YouTube. Yay. So nice to see you.
Evening munchkins.
I know, so cute. I love it.
We've got Gillian Walter saying good evening to you, and that's the great thing about this channel, Jennifer. It's a community-based channel, so everybody interacts with each other, which is fantastic to see. Nobody's a stranger when they come onto SPTV.
Oh,
so
I love it.
Absolutely great.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Crystal Mariam from Facebook. Oh, first time here. Yay, welcome. Me too.
You're very, very welcome. both of you. And we've got the lovely Jessica Lauren Macy saying good evening. What a fab profile picture there, Jessica. Thanks for holding space with us this evening, my lovely.
And Natalie Edwards from Facebook with a bunch of beautiful hearts. Nice to see you. Oh, look at her smile. Beautiful smile.
Beautiful smile, lots of love.
Yeah, I
as
know.
Well. And we've got Maureen Bracken who's saying congratulations to you all, and she's putting Shamrocks and IE up there. So I'm assuming she's all the way from Ireland as well. So Maureen, thank you so much for holding space. Great to have your company here this evening with us on SPTV and Collective Consciousness.
We've got Kelly Christine from Facebook. Good evening, peeps. Love you. Lovely to see you.
And we've got one of our regulars, the lovely Heidi Spice, who say no strangers, but plenty of strange ones.
Oh, so funny. Oh my gosh. Tyrone James, hey. Nice to see you.
And we've also got Ariel Powell who's saying first time for me as well. Well, Ariel, it's wonderful to have your company and you are very, very welcome. So thank you for holding space with us this evening, my darling. So, Jennifer, as we were talking yesterday prior to coming on to the show this evening, as we know, Collective Consciousness is a show that is purely dedicated to mediumship. So I'm hoping tonight that our teams, our guide teams, our angelic inspirers and helpers up there will connect and they will conjoin our energies so that they will allow the both of us to work together to deliver a message for the one recipient who's watching this evening. Well, not just one recipient. We hope to get through a few messages, guys. So that's the intention that's been set. Hopefully they'll meet us halfway. And I think what we should do is get things started. What do you think?
Love it. Can't wait.
Okay. Would you like me to start opening up and you join in on the link? See if you can come in on this one?
Yeah, I'm feeling for you, definitely.
Brilliant. Okay. Do you know what I want to talk about? It's really strange. Spirit like to come to me prior to the show. They often do. They'll come to me in the afternoon and I'll just say to them, come back and visit me if it's going to be relevant information for me to share this evening. And I've had a lady that visited and the first thing she done with me is she put an eye patch over my eye. And I feel as though I want to connect this to a cataract condition, but for whatever reason it was, she placed this eye patch over my eye. I want to say my right eye because that's where I feel that the pull is at this moment in time as she starts making a stronger connection and link here with me. I do feel with this lady as she starts to just step forward and give me a little bit more understanding about herself. I feel as though I want to be very maternal linked with this lady. So I'm on mum's side of the family. If I'm not connecting as mum, then it would certainly be mum's mum. So mum's mum being grandma. Okay. I know with this lady as well, as she stands beside me here now, I want to say that I just want to reduce her in height, but I want to round her out in her frame. So I know that she was somewhat of a slightly fuller figure. As she gives me an understanding about her personality, I want to be jolly, I want to be happy, and I want to be upbeat with this lady. I don't take life too seriously by any means, but I also understand with her that she draws me into an understanding of discomfort around my tummy area as she just steps that little bit closer. So I know that I'm acknowledging that there would have been illness, there would have been condition that would have led to my passing and me going over to spirit that would have been placed around my tummy area with this lady. The patch as well, she just makes me want to have a bit of a giggle about this because she's making pirate noises and sounds within my ear. So I know that this would have been something that we would have made a joke about whilst this would have been worn by her when she was here on the earth plane. You would understand, whoever it is that we're reaching out to here this evening. I also feel it's important to stay within the month of June. As we're seated in the month of June, she makes me feel June is of significance to either herself or indeed to the recipient. Now, I'm getting a bit of feedback that's coming through straight away from Grace Wilson, who says, I have the start of cataract in the right eye. Okay, Grace, wonderful. Thank you very much. Do let me know if you can understand and you can relate to the additional information that it is that this lady is starting to bring forward here. at this moment in time. Jennifer, I don't know if you're picking up on anything, if you've got anything
Yeah,
coming through
yeah.
that you'd like to share.
Yeah, this lady is so lovely, and I was also picking up on the wearing of the glasses. And she's got this very warm, loving personality. She stands to my side, putting her hand on my shoulder, very gently, very sweet, warm lady. She shows me being very welcoming, as if she, you know, anyone who comes to her, she wants to kind of put her arms around. So she's just got this absolutely lovely flow to her, and I feel a lot of pink and white colors around her as well. But she also has a side that's a little bit of school teacherish too. So I know that she would have been somebody that people could go to, and she would be able to teach them what she knew about and what was important to her, because that feels very important. Her family feels of high significance to her as well. I was also picking up on the tummy, feeling a lot of nausea with that too. So that tells me she was feeling pretty ill and frail before she passed, which feels to be very difficult, because I'm seeing a lot of, you know, kind of family sort of taking care of her for a change, and needing that, and the holding of the hand, and the stroking of her hair, and trying to make her comfortable. And I know who she's here for. She has a very grandmotherly feel to her as well. I was picking up on the maternal, and I know who she's here for. She wants to really express her thanks and gratitude for the love that she was given before she passes on. And she shows me big tiger lilies being connected with her. So I know there's a love of flowers, and I'm feeling like her smell comes into the air when she's around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now we're getting a bit of feedback here from the lovely
Yeah.
Grace Wilson.
Yeah.
She's saying that there was a lung cancer condition. There was another comment, producer Richard.
Mhm.
Mum and her mum were the same, and there was one prior to that. June is a granddaughter's birthday, so that connects with the month that she was bringing forward with the evidence there as well. And I think there was one prior to that as well, Richard, if you wouldn't mind bringing that up on screen for us, please. And that was the start of the cataract in the right eye. So I feel at this moment in time that we're with Grace. So shall we move forward and continue the vein of the message for the lovely Grace here this evening?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Now, her family was held very highly, and the lung cancer condition, which, you know, was bringing and drawing us in and around our tummy area. So my sat nav was a little bit off there, guys, but I do apologise. Sometimes we don't always get it right. So there we go. What I do want to say now, as she's starting to kind of like just chat away a little bit more so to me here now, it's all about talking at this present moment in time that she wants me to relate to Grace. So Grace, you must understand that we need to do some type of in-depth talking. And again, this is connected into family. I feel as though we need to be seated around a table. And I understand with what it is that she's given me here, that we just need to lay out. We need to lay out the foundations. We need to lay out the expectations. I feel as though we need to be being a little bit more vocal and making everybody understand where their place is and what it is that they need to do for the dynamics of the family to continue to roll and move the way that it should be. Because I feel as though we've just hit a little bit of a brick wall and there's a bit of stagnancy. Now, Grace is also given a bit more feedback saying lilies she loved, and they are very significant, which is fantastic. So that links in with the evidence that you brought forward there as well, Jennifer. And there was a comment prior to that as well, producer Richard. And her sister has the trouble with the tummy area. So there we go. So we've had confirmation of that there also. But I, as I say, she just makes me understand at this moment in time, let's sit around a table, let's bring everything to the surface, let's lay down what it is that needs to be brought out so that we can continue to roll forward and move forward with the correct dynamics of family life. And Grace is just saying, Mum, you definitely have. What else have you got there, Jennifer, my lovely?
You know, she's bringing me to writing as if like writing things out might also be helpful as to sort of get prepared for communication, as if communication is kind of broken down, and sort of writing things down is a way that we can kind of get the thoughts out. So she's just making this as a suggestion. But she does have a bit of a sense of humor, because she's showing this pen with kind of like little feathers on it. I mean, I can't quite get what she's trying to show me, but she's trying to bring lightness and joy to the situation. you know, as if people are taking things kind of very, very seriously, but if they can change their focus a little bit and change their perspective, they would be able to see things from each other's points of view. And then we would all kind of be having a bit of a laugh about things, you know, in the end of sort of, we thought it was this way, but it was really that way. We didn't mean it. That's how she brings it to me. But she definitely wants to bring everybody together, and it feels important. It feels important. Yeah.
I feel as though I just want to go on that somewhat as well with what you've just said about bringing everybody together. Okay. I know that we've also got another individual that's related to this information, which is a lovely Heidi Spicer. So Heidi, if you can take from this message, then please do so, my lovely, because this is Spirit's way of just reaching out to more than one person. They work incredibly clever. But it's all about, as I say, just wanting to bring the family together. As I say, oh my God, yes, I have spoke about it with my daughters. Perfect. So she's just confirming what it is that you've done there. But I want to acknowledge celebration as well, Jennifer, as you were talking about that. So I feel as though it's important to acknowledge an upcoming celebration that this lady wants to bring to the forefront of my mind. And I actually feel as though I want to acknowledge the month of August as well. So I know that that must be important with Grace. So Grace, do give us a confirmation on that. And you've also been writing things down, which is absolutely fantastic. So great validation there and a great communication. And we've got two mediums that are working in two completely different countries, and their guide teams are not letting them down tonight. So how fantastic is that? So Grace, I definitely agree with Jennifer. So there you go, 100%. That's awesome. So Jennifer, I'm going to hand over to you to wrap this message up for our lovely Grace, and then we'll move on and see who else it is that's going to step forward to work with some of the lovelies here this evening.
Yeah, I feel so much love for you, and as we talk about this, I feel her coming closer and closer. She just wants to wrap her arms around you. You've been kind of shouldering a lot and sort of taking on a lot of, you know, watching over everybody else, and she's wanting to kind of give that to you so you can sort of fall into her arms, and she will hold you in that space too. And just so much love around you, and just so much gratitude, because I know you've done a lot for her, and she's just so thankful. She says, you made everything beautiful for me. You followed my wishes. You took care of me, and I feel very choked up as I say that. So please know that her love for you is forever and will always be by your side. Always. She's around all the time.
Absolutely. And do you know what I'm hearing being played out within my mind as this lady is just beginning to draw her energies back? And Grace is saying my granddaughter's 21st birthday, which is acknowledgement for August. But she's singing to me, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when I am sad. So I hope that that song connects with you there, Grace. And this was something that indeed was shared between the two of you. And if it wasn't, then take this with the love and the intention that she's brought forward here for you this evening. And I'm going to say from myself and Jennifer, God bless you. Thank you so much for allowing us to work with you. And we'll send her back off up to the angels. How was that, Jennifer?
Oh, love it. Lovely. Beautiful lady to connect with. Just so such loving, you know, vibration that she brings, an essence of her. So just a lovely soul. So we're so lucky, because we never would have gotten to meet this lovely lady in person, you know, and now we do. Now she's our friend. So
do you know what? She is our friend. And that's so poignant what you're saying there, because how fortunate are we where Spirit put that trust and place that trust in our hands for us to be able to deliver sensitive messages to their loved ones on the earth plane. We were talking about this yesterday. How ironic that it's just come back into the conversation. You know, mediums have the power to heal or destroy. We have to be so conscious of what it is and how we deliver message. And Grace is just giving us a little bit more feedback, saying, trying to do what she done when here, do try to hold everything together. She wakes me at 3 a.m. Oh, God bless you, Grace. Well, we'll ask those healing angels just to surround you with that love and the essence that it is that you need at this moment in time, and to send their healing and upliftment your way. So God bless you, darling, and thank you for working with us in song. Yes, definitely, Bill. Thank you both so much. Bless you, bless you. Bless you. So Jennifer, would you like to see who it is that you've got coming forward, and I can see if my guide team will let me come in
Sure.
on your message?
Okay, sure. I would love to. So I feel
Brilliant.
as if I have a gentleman joining me right now, but I'm feeling like father, grandfather. So it's interesting because I'm feeling like I've got the two kind of coming in together, but dad is a gentleman who kind of likes to beat to his own drum, very, very hard worker. Grandfather is more like I like to go out on the lake and go fishing, like he's done with all that when he gets into his later years. So I kind of got the two of these gentlemen sort of coming in together. And there's this shared bond between the two of them, which is quite lovely, as if they're different characters, but then they shared this love of family and this duty of being hardworking and focusing on the family and taking care of everyone. I do feel kind of a military background going on with grandfather, but dad follows kind of a different path. So it's interesting to have these two sort of gentlemen kind of coming in together. They're showing me a big red heart. So I know whoever they're here for, they're coming in with a lot of love. And I'm feeling as if they have been gone. They've been passed for a while. This doesn't feel like a recent passing with anyone. But and I'm feeling drawn to my heart as if there's like chest heart problems as well with that too. How are you feeling?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My chest was tightening as you were
Yeah.
actually just starting to bring the evidence forward there as well. I want to talk about the significance as well of a penknife, because I'm being shown a penknife. It's funny when you said about going to the lake and going fishing. I want to connect this
Yeah.
penknife to the fishing, but I also feel as though I want to be passing this down. So this must be of some type of relevance to whomever it is that's going to connect with this message here this evening. And this penknife either being in their possession or they're knowing of this penknife and why the evidence of that is being brought forward. And it's one of those where there's like a multitude of different openings on it. So it's even got like little scissors that I'm being shown at this moment in time, so it was really, really versatile. Donna High saying, oh my God, that sounds like my father-in-law. Fabulous, Donna. Give us a little bit more feedback. Let us know that you can identify to the additional information that it is that we're sharing. We've also got Lynn Addis, who says, could be my son and husband, who is also a granddad. My son passed 4 years ago. God bless you, Lynn. Thank you so much for coming forward and giving us this information so far also. And Sarah Reading saying, could this be my granddad's? Okay, so I want to connect this penknife. I want to connect heart failure, heart attack, but I feel as I'm going to the grandfather link vibration with the heart. With dad, I feel as though my passing was connected to a cancerous condition, because I'm getting metallic tasting within my mouth, and that's my trigger from spirit to identify cancer and bouts of treatment that he would have undergone when he was on the earth plane here. Again, as you say, there's a great resemblance between the two of them, but there is this a dynamic of change of character with regards to one being very laid back and one being very full on. Okay, and I feel that granddad's laid back, dad is somewhat full on. He's constantly on the go. Okay, and Lynn saying yes, sounds very much like her husband, which is wonderful, fantastic, Lynn. So we'll continue to move forward with the vein of the message and see what else it is that we can get from these lovelies that are joining us here this evening. And Lynn saying he used the fishing knife as well. So absolutely fantastic. Jennifer, what else have you got there, my lovely?
Yeah, with grandfather here, there's just this love for the great outdoors, but he also shows me reading as well. So as I feel into him, I'm feeling this sort of this introspective intellectual element to him as well. So he's a bit of a complex character, as if there's a lot going on. You can't put him in a box, either, even though he feels traditional in some ways, but he's not. There's a whole lot about him. Like, he's got a story to tell, and you could write it all down and make a book out of it, this gentleman too. He feels very excited to be here, because he kind of revs up my energy feeling too, like he's very happy and excited to be here.
Yeah, very much
as I pick up on him. Yeah, and using his hands. He's very good with using his hands, because I'm being very drawn to that as well. Let me see if I can see anything else here. right now I'm very like focused on him right now. Let me see, because
Yeah,
he's
me
taking
too. Because
he's taking center stage. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of like getting the practicality, because as you're saying, using your hands,
Yeah.
you know, and him loving and having the appreciation for the outdoors. You know, I'm seeing like little campfires that he would be putting
Yeah.
together,
Yeah. Yeah.
and actually foraging on the land as
Yeah.
well, because he's like taking me and showing me mushrooms as well. So I know he would have gone mushroom picking, this guy, which is bizarre, I know, with information, but we go with whatever it is that spirit feed to us. Yeah, and a real sense of, you know what, he could have lived like in a tent for months on end, because he knew how to survive off of the land and how to look after himself. You know, a lot of us men, we're very dependent on you ladies to look after us, but this guy certainly gives me a great sense of him being very well adept at looking after his own. Lynn's also saying, yes, my husband, he also passed 22 years ago. Thank you so much, Lynn. Can you also relate to the month of September there as well, Lynn? Because as I'm reading, I'm getting September dropped into my mind here. And we've got the beautiful Rachel Gale Brave, who says, actually sounds like my grandpa and dad, but grandpa had cancer and dad had heart attack. So the other way around. And grandpa had a place in the mountains. How fantastic. Right. So let's see if we can narrow this down and find out who it is that we're definitely going to link with here this evening. Righty-ho. So I also feel, and I get within my line of vision, you know, as Rachel come up on the screen there, it's almost as though I want to kind of like acknowledge a cowboy. I want to acknowledge a cowboy. I want to have the hat. I want to have the jeans. I want to have the boots. So I feel as though I want to connect the likening of what they're showing to me to one of these chaps here. Please, Rachel, do let me know if you can understand what it is that I'm getting there with them. And there's just this vast amount of space, this vast amount of range that he just shows me, plays out within my mind. I love sitting underneath the nighttime stars with this guy. Okay, I love the vast openness and the expanse of space above me. And I love being within my own mind with him also. So Lynn's also giving feedback saying September's a birthday link there as well. So Jennifer, what else is it that you've got with regards to information?
Yeah, with the dad's coming in now a little bit closer too, and he's coming in with this. Remember, I showed you the big red heart with a lot of just love and tenderness. So I know there would have been a very close relationship there, and I'm feeling as if I do feel as if I'm drawn to Rachel with this one, that she's been missing him, and there's this connection that's very special between the two of them, and I'm feeling like images of like dancing with her as a little girl with her feet on his little shoes, and you know, really special memories that he's brought to spirit with him, and he's very much wanting to bring that love and tenderness to her right now. So that's what I'm feeling. Yeah.
I want to say to Rachel as well, because I do feel as I'm just flipping onto this vibration of wanting to link and work with Rachel. I want to talk about the importance of religious life and the change of religious life that would sit around Rachel, please. And I know this is very important because this goes back somewhat with regard to generations of family here as well for you, Rachel. But I also feel as well that I want one of those. Are they harmonicas? I want the use of a harmonica. I want to hear the harmonica in the back of my mind at this moment in time. So I want to link this to one of them, please. Dad watched westerns all the time, and my home was in the middle of 150 acres of forest. Wow. Fabulous, fabulous. I wonder if you can also identify. You can take the heart too, as it is a piece of jewelry. Absolutely fantastic, wonderful. So we're definitely with Rachel here, undoubtedly. So let's get the purpose of this message passed over to Rachel. Grandpa gave me a harmonica. That's why he was playing it within the back of my mind. Fabulous, definitely 100%. We're with Rachel now this evening. So Rachel, I'm just asking here, what's the purpose of the visit? Why have they come to have a chat with you here this evening, my lovely? Now, you probably may not know this, Jennifer, but Rachel is one of the hosts here at Spiritual Psychics TV. I know nothing about Rachel other than she does readings with her cards, and they're fantastic, I might add. But I just want to stay on the vein of this spiritual lifestyle with you at this moment in time, Rachel, okay? And talking to you with regards to you making the right decision and stepping outside of the box. And I feel again that just pulls me back to the dynamics of what he was speaking about with religious belief or religious intent, you would understand there, my lovely. But you made the right decision, what was for you, girl, he's saying to me. And I'm glad that you stuck by your guns. So give me feedback. Let me know that you understand what it is that he's talking to me about here. And I'm going to hand over to Jennifer to just close off your message for you. And I'm going to say from me, God bless. Thank you for giving me the opportunity of working with you, Rachel. Okay. And Donna, I understand that you can connect to this as well. So Donna, if you can, take from it what you can, my lovely. God bless you.
Yeah. Oh, so lovely. And it's funny because there's a little bit of a sense of humor they bring in too with his Great Outdoors, because I'm hearing this old song from, way back. It goes, give me a home where the buffaloes roam, where the deer and the antelope play. I'm not going to sing it. So I'm just going to do the words, but it definitely is expressive of that too. And, with Rachel, like you were saying, Bill, with like stepping out of the box and becoming into your own and not worrying about all the chatter of other people telling you how you're supposed to do it and what it's supposed to look like. And he shows me, a whole lot of purple color around you too. So I know you are definitely very connected, and there's a lot of healing qualities in there for you as well that he's bringing to my attention. Just so much love he's bringing forward too, because I get very emotional with that. And I know that you have this likeness for him, because the way that he's coming in, it shows me he's an independent person who likes to do things his own way, and you're like that too. But you've just had your path and journey follow in a little bit of a different way than he did, but he's so proud of you. And he shows me a briefcase, which when I see those, that means I want to help you with your work. I want to be there for you. Call on me anytime. And he's like, I'll be there. He's without a doubt, in a split second, I'll be there for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to you, Rachel, as Jennifer's chatting away there to you, he's placing hand-drawn images into my mind. Now, it's public, and you don't want to disclose too much of this, but I know that this is a project that you've got that's going on right now, and he's saying to me, keep going, because I feel that this is going to come to fruition, and this is going to be what I would consider to be a turning point here for you, my darling. So I'm going to leave his love with you. I'm going to leave my love and Jennifer's love with you. So God bless you, and thank you so much for giving us opportunity of working with you and your lovelies. We're sending back up to the angels. And there we go, Jennifer, brought up Baptist and family issues with what I have always done. Wonderful. Thank you for the confirmation and sharing that so publicly as well there, Rachel. God bless you, my darling. How lovely was that?
Beautiful.
Absolutely. It's so lovely that Spirit are working with us in unison. So we are very blessed here this evening. Now, guys, don't forget, if you've just joined us, please do share us out there. Please do share us out there to all of your social media pages. Help Spiritual Psychics TV grow, and help Collective Consciousness beat producer Richard's 100 and how many, please, sir? 198. Come on, guys, we've got some work to do here tonight. We've got 68 shares so far, guys. Thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. Now, we're going to open up on another link in just a few minutes, but before we do so, we're just going to play you a few adverts of what's coming up on the channel tomorrow.
Join Sam O'Neill tomorrow from 1 p.m. for an afternoon of spiritual guidance and free rune readings. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, Ashley Robinson joins us for an evening of philosophy while answering your spiritual questions. Saturday the 4th of June, Polly Harnett and Sam O'Neill hosts an evening of paranormal investigation on location near Portsmouth from 8 p.m. For more information, visit events.spiritualpsychicstv.online.
How exciting is that lineup, guys? And I get tongue-tied sometimes, Jennifer, and that's because I've got Spirit coming in. Do come and join the channel tomorrow for the shows with Sam and with Ashley. And again, check out that fantastic paranormal investigation with our lovely Polly and Sam. We've got a few more people that are just placing some comments up and interacting with us here, Jennifer. We've got the lovely Maureen Bracken saying fantastic readings. Oh. Thank you, Maureen. God bless you. Who else is it that we've got with us? Producer Richard.
Linda Wallace is here.
Yeah, Linda. Yeah, evening to you both. Thank you for joining me here, Linda. Thank you so much. I'm getting tongue-tied. I can't do any more acknowledgements, guys, because I need to start working on this link, this next guest that's just stepping forward here. Shared with love, Fiona Rosen. God bless you. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated here. Now, I've got this gentleman that just steps forward who wants to work with me here this evening. The first thing that he's doing is he's working on my head. God love him. I've impacted my head when I passed over to Spirit. He's making me understand that there was an impact to my head and it took me over to Spirit side. I do feel, I have to say, God love him, that there was a road traffic accident that took me over Spirit side. And it was the impact on my head that took me over. I do feel with this gentleman as well, that as he starts to conjoin with me, I want to be stood around about 5'11", 5'12" with him. He fits within my frame. He's not as big as me, guys. He fits within my frame, you would understand. And I do feel as though I need to be acknowledging this gentleman. I feel as I want to go towards the back end of my 50s. I'm in my 50s. He's talking to me about 50s for whatever reason that might be here. But it was certainly the impact, as I say, that took me Spirit side with him. And I do feel that this was a traffic accident, you would understand. I do acknowledge this gentleman coming forward to me, acknowledging that I am dad. And so I know that I'm connecting with either son or daughter here this evening, or somebody that would relate to this gentleman very much so like a dad. Sarah Redding, I understand that. Okay, thank you, Sarah. But I'm staying on that dad link vibration. So if I'm not with dad, I'm with granddad, you would understand, my lovely. Okay, what else is it, my friend? I know with him as well, he was involved in a road traffic accident on a motorbike. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. I know with him as well, and this was because he's saying that he was 45, not quite into the 50s, but as I say, sometimes we don't always get it bang on. So I do apologise in advance. I know that I was always in a rush with this gentleman. It makes me understand about, he was always late. There's always a lateness with him. But Sarah, I also feel as though I want to say the apple's not fallen too far from the tree, because he's saying to me, come on, hurry up. So I know that he's just giving me a little bit of a nudge to be passing on with you with regards to making sure you're keeping things to time, my darling. Again, let me know if that relates with you. Okay, my friend. I know as he draws his energies close to me, you know, he comes through with such a softness. He's so sorry that there were words that were never able to be said. I know that, you know, I know with him as well that when he was here on the earth plane that he wasn't the most expressive at times. There was a lack of sensitivity, he says to me, but that was because I was always on the go. I was always rushing about. And it was almost as though family life almost took a bit of a back seat where he was concerned, because he was so focused on making sure that the provisions were met for the family. I am close to his young children. He is my dad's best friend. Thank you, my darling. God bless you. Okay. Can you understand also the other information that is shared here so far, my lovely? And as we wait for your feedback, I'm going to hand over to Jennifer to see what it is that she's actually getting here.
Yeah, I'm so happy you mentioned the communication, because I was feeling my whole throat just being constricted, like like I could almost not breathe. So, it makes sense with that I didn't get the word, that I didn't say what I needed to say, and do what I needed to do in that respect. She shows me putting like pencil to paper, so I don't want to interpret it, but he shows me putting in, I am saying numbers with that. So it does feel there to be a bit mathematically inclined, or have that sort of engineering kind of mind in the way that his head works. But it's very, very busy. Like I'm in many places at once with the way that my mind works too. But I know that as I come in here, I'm focused for you. I'm focused for you. Like, as now I'm focused. And he showed me regarding the accident, there feels to be a lot of disorientation that goes with that too, because I'm kind of like this, what's happening. So there's something going on there with that, confusion and a sense of disorientation, that he shows me with that too. And I feel my chest being impacted as well. So this feels very difficult. This feels like a very, there's a lot of sorrow around his passing as well.
100%. I feel that, I need to acknowledge that there, and I do want to put it in this context, that there was a lot of celebration about my life. I do feel as though, as he gives this information to me, he places me within that church, within that final resting place where I'm full to the brims. I feel as though there's loads of people that are here to celebrate my life, to acknowledge my life. I was a very popular gentleman when I was on the earth plane. But I also feel that he makes me want to understand that I don't want too many flowers at my funeral. In fact, I want there to be some type of fundraiser where this money would be going to a good cause, because this gentleman was all about that in his life. Although he was very busy, he would always want to do best by other people, and he would have been a very well-respected soul when he was here on the earth plane. Sarah saying he was a carpenter, so that's where you were getting that information from. Yeah, absolutely. It was such an awful accident. HGV went over him and he hit the back of a car on his motorbike. God love him, bless him, God bless him, God bless him, God bless him. Can you also just identify and just give us the feedback with regards, we have celebrated him all the time. In fact, absolutely, that's why I'm getting the celebration as well. But the volumes of people that went to pay their respects, he's so proud of that, because he just makes me feel, God love him, as though I'm looking down upon them and I'm watching everything that's going on with regards to people sharing the story of my life. But I really want money to go to a good cause. I need to connect that. So however it connects, Sarah, please do let me know and give me the feedback, because I don't want lots of flowers. In fact, I want the money to go to a good cause, you would understand. And you're saying he was very popular as well. What else have you got there, my lovely Jennifer?
As you talk about the charities, I feel like I want to be drawn to like homelessness, as if somehow this would be important for him or important for you as this cause. So that's what I'm hearing in my mind. And with the celebration, he's definitely showing me like the clinking of the glasses. This is what he wants. He doesn't want people crying over him. That's not how his personality works. He wants all of the stories, all of the happy memories to be celebrated about him, and including, remember me on holidays, remember me on my birthday, set aside a glass of champagne for me, or a glass of wine for me, or a cup of beer, or whatever it is that he likes to drink. So he is a fun guy too. He's very fun.
Absolutely. And we're getting some feedback from Sarah saying, yes, we fundraised for him. He also fundraised by cutting his long locks for the Little Princess Trust. Fabulous. So that just picks up on, that personality that he was bringing through with regards to wanting to be of help to so many people. We miss him every day. Such a big character. There you go. Just what you said, and loved by so many. Well, Sarah, you know as well as we do that when these loved ones pass over, they are literally just in a next room. The physical's not here, but they are still with us, not only within our minds, but also within our hearts. And it's really funny that Jennifer said about celebrating and clinking of glasses and keeping him within our minds, because I also feel that I just need to acknowledge that there's always a chair that's being kept for him.
Yeah.
There's a chair that's left at a table that is being kept for him. Nobody sits in that chair because that was his one. So again, do let me know that I'm understanding the information correct that he's just placing with me. Jager shots all the time. We get together as that was his drink. Absolutely fabulous. Perfect. So he was a larger than life character. He loved life. God bless him. And you know what? He still loves life on the other side. He still, you know, brings the essence of his character through, and he still wants to make this communication here this evening, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm glad we've been able to place him with you, my darling. And just before we send him back up to the angels, is there anything else, Jennifer, that you would like to add in?
I'm just feeling him being just so grateful that you're here right now. Like, and it feels like he's saying there was definitely a whisper in the ear, like this was all meant to happen. And, you know, look how smart we are. He's kind of saying, he's got a little bit of that sense of humor. But I know this issue with the homelessness is something that he is bringing to me. So like I said, if that can show up for you later, maybe you'll find that connection. But I know that it's there, that somehow he's bringing that as a connection for you. But I just feel so much love, so much thanks, so much just wanting to remind us all to feel the joy of living, because his did get cut short a bit from, you know, passing at an earlier age. And he's just saying, cherish every moment, live every day to the fullest. And that feels important. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for letting us
lovely reading.
with him.
God bless you, Sarah. Thank you so much for allowing us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for allowing us to read for you and holding space. God bless. Okay. So, Jennifer, let me invite you to work on our next visitor, and let's see where we can go with our next message for our lovelies that are joining us this evening. And just the last bit of feedback from Sarah saying it will be his year's anniversary this month, and we will be celebrating him again. Always a chair for him and a drink for him. So that's absolutely fabulous. God bless you. Thank you so much. He always said her for a fun time, not a long time. Oh, he always said here for a fun time, not a long time. Absolutely fabulous.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a lovely gentleman. Oh my gosh.
She's over the moon. Thank you so much. You're so welcome, sweetheart. Take his love.
Yeah.
Right, let's work on our next communicator then.
Okay. I do feel as if I have a female that's coming in through to me too. She's a bit pulled back, as if I'm a little bit reserved, or if I may be needing to apologize for something. So I'm just letting her come a little bit closer with that as well. She has kind of to the side feeling as if I'm like a sister or a cousin with a relationship with her too. But I know I'm feeling a lot of emotion. And she is bringing me to kind of doing this as if I feel like I need to say I'm sorry for something, as if things weren't right between us before I passed. And I'm feeling like I want to express my regret and take my responsibility and say I'm sorry for this. She brings me, it's as if she might have had a bit too much to drink also during her lifetime, and not always made some of the best choices, but just a beautiful person and a beautiful soul. And she brings me to bird symbolism, being very connected with her too. And I feel like she's in the air, she's in the breeze, and she's wanting us to know here that like I'm with God, I'm with spirit, I'm at peace. Like this feels to be important. How about you, Bill?
Yeah. I just want to keep burping. She just keeps impressioning upon me and making me want to burp somewhat. So I know that I feel I wanted to connect that to the drink that you were just making reference to. But I also feel with this lady, you know, when you said being very reserved and being very shy, she almost showed me like her demeanour being very similar to that stance. Remember when Lady Di first came into the royal family and she had that really soft essence of that shyness. She brings that forward with me, but it's almost as though as she brings that forward, she also gives me an understanding of how things changed dynamically when she found herself, she found her own, and she almost evolved, and she turned into. I want to say that she was a blossoming, she was a beautiful rose. Okay, I don't know if the name Rose is going to connect here for whatever reason that might be, but it's almost as though she made this transition of being someone so soft and gentle, finding her own, and then becoming quite overly confident. And that's where I feel that I want to just place this essence of forgiveness and apology that it is that you were talking about there as well. I want to be quite narrowed down within my frame with this young lady as well. Okay, and I do want to refer to her as a younger lady. So I didn't make old bones, you would understand. I don't know if you're picking up on that yourself there, Jennifer.
Younger, yes,
and I also feel as though I do have shorter hair. I don't want to place long hair on this lady. Fiona, I was abandoned as a baby with my twin mum, who was an alcoholic. Okay, Fiona, I don't know if you know any information about her as an individual, but it would be interesting to know if you can identify to the information that we've been sharing so far. Love Vibes UK, I had a very dear friend like that. Okay, love, thank you so much for coming forward as well and sharing that with us there, my friend. Again, do let us know if the other information relates so that we know who we're with and we can continue with the vein of the message there for you. I also just want to acknowledge with her as well that she makes me feel as though there was a sense of loss around her before she made her own transition into spirit. So I understand with the way that she works with me, God love her, that I'm going to say I almost lost everything. So I know that she got to a point within her life where I feel as though I almost hit rock bottom. Kim is saying, sounds like my loved one daughter died whilst drinking and driving. God bless you, Kim. Thank you so much for sharing that information so publicly as well. Her confirmation name was Rose. There we go. And you can understand, Kim, we've passed at 37. You can understand as well, Kim, that there was this dynamic of change where she found this different persona, this assertion, and it almost changed her. It almost changed her to the point where I feel as though I just need to acknowledge that there would have almost been conflict and division within the family. But I have to say that I was kept tightly reined in as I connect with you there, Kim. So I hope this relates to you. You can understand what it is and why she's given that to me. What else have you got, Jennifer?
She brings me this very angelic connection too, because she's showing me a lot of that light blue color, and I know I'm feeling like I'm connected with the angel. So it's this very light and airy quality of her spirit that she's, really trying to impart and really trying to show me and show us all. And I'm feeling like that connects with you too. That you would understand the angels as being very important and very connected, as if you've seen the angels or seen pictures of angels and like known that was her. So this feel to be very important. And she brings me a little bit to some, what I want to say is turbulence in her life, as if there was a lot of like ups and downs that she had to go through. This was just very difficult, but right now where she comes through, so much love, so much peace, so much beauty, so much grace. She is like an angel the way that she comes in.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was a totally natural beauty to her face as well, because as I see her, she shows me that like she was naturally beautiful and she didn't have to. She didn't have to apply a lot. Do you know what I mean? And she's saying, I didn't have to apply a lot. So I feel as though she's making reference to makeup here. There was just this natural beauty to my face, Bill, that she just talks to me about as she gives that information there. Okay, my darling. There's Lots of ups and downs. Okay, Kim. Kim, can you also identify or understand why she just wants to draw me to my hand? She draws me to my right hand. She draws me to my finger. She makes me feel as though there's been some type of injury to this finger in particular. I don't know if I'm connecting this to you. She's making me understand that you've hurt this finger, or indeed this would have been something that you relate to with her with regards to there being damage or tissue damage. That's what I feel I want to say, but she just pulls me in that direction as she links that little bit closer there with me, God love her. And for some reason as well, she just shows me within my mind lots and lots of helium balloons, all beautiful multicolored helium balloons that she just wants me to bring forward and gift to you at this moment in time. So again, we're acknowledging some type of celebration here with regards to birthday, anniversary, or passing that you can relate to there, my lovely. But oh, okay, my sweet. And she's just saying to me, and don't forget that we just want to be sending healing out as well to you, because I feel as though we're just being drawn into my lower back here for you at this moment in time, my darling. She just makes me feel somewhat uncomfortable as she impressions that upon me. So I know that we're sending lots of healing out your way there as well. So I'm just going to hand over to our lovely Jennifer to wrap up this message for you, and I'm going to say God bless you and thank you for giving us opportunity of working with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's interesting because she's showing me with the hands as if I want to be like trying to use scissors, and I'm like trying to like cut something with scissors. And again, I don't want to interpret it, but it feels as if this, like, I can't quite open my hands. They're very stiff and they're very like, I'm having trouble doing this, that she's acknowledging too. But what I'm feeling is just so important is just pure love that she wants to bring. And it's just this big, she shows me there's this big booming opening heart that she wants to bring. And I'm feeling like she's saying everything will work itself out. Everything will be okay. You don't have to take all of this on all at one time, is what she's showing me and sharing with me. And she shows me a lot of bright yellow sunshine. So again, with the sunshine, as with the other beautiful lady that we connected with earlier, as if she's just wanting to illuminate everything, as if there's this misunderstandings of what's happening in life right now, and she's wanting to kind of illuminate it so that you can see more clearly. That's what she's showing, but she brings so much love and peace. Yeah.
Absolutely. And do you know what, as you were saying sunshine, do you know where she took my mind to? She placed it on the belly, the tummy of a Care Bear. You know, the Care Bears that were out years ago. A sunshine bear. She places that within my mind, and she leaves that with Kim as a gift. So Kim, I hope that relates and that connects in some way to she. But do take her love. And again, Jennifer and I thank you so much for giving us opportunity of working with you. You have a ring she was wearing when she died. Let balloons off on first year of passing. Would you wear that ring on that finger then? On that finger that she was affecting and making me feel as though there was some type of issue or problem? Please let me know. But for now, we'll leave her name. Her name was Jennifer. Bless. But for now, we are going to leave her love with you, Kim, and say God bless you. Thank you so much for giving us opportunity to work with you. Another beautiful message, another lovely connection. How lucky are we there, Jennifer?
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Right. So I'm just going to talk about the essence of our next guest that's just starting to come that little bit closer here to me this evening. Now, my trigger, my understanding with spirit when I have heat placed on me is infection. So I know that I've passed over to spirit from infection. I know as I open myself up and invite this lovely just to step forward and work with me that little bit harder, I'm working on the vibration of a beautiful energy, of a soft, beautiful energy of a mother. I'm bringing forward a mother's love here. Now, this lady, she makes me understand that there were a multiple of health issues that were placed around her before she made her passing. I also feel and understand that I need to be talking about diabetes with her. Okay, I know diabetes is very important. And I also know that there would have been an issue in this lady's right leg. because she just pulls me into my right leg as well. God love her. I also understand with her as she starts to just show herself to me here now. Again, I want to be taken down in size with this lady, as I generally am. I'm 6 foot, so most of them do take me down in size as they work with me. But I also feel with this lady that I had enough meat on my bones, but I wasn't on the big side of life, you would understand. And that was because she had to control her diet. And that's where it links with the diabetes, okay? I also feel and I also understand that October is a month of significance that would either place with she or the recipient, because she just calls October out to me. In fact, I want to go to 15. So I want to be on the 15th or in and around the 15th of October as a significant date and month there also. I know with this lady as well that I feel and I understand with her that there would have been some type of issue with regards to congestion being placed with her as well, because I'm feeling heavily congested, or indeed that might connect with the recipient here this evening. But she certainly just wants to connect a mother's love. She certainly wants to make herself known here this evening. In fact, I'm going to go as far as saying and be as bold as saying it that I've come here tonight because you asked me to do so. So whoever I'm connecting with who's watching this evening, you would understand exactly from that part of the message, I'm here tonight because you asked me to do so. Have we got any takers so far, Richard? And Jennifer, I'll hand over to you to give me what it is you've got.
Yeah. Okay. This lady's bringing me to with her health condition. She shows me as if she's kind of shrinking down over time. So this would go with kind of like the weight loss and the sort of the frailty, as if I got kind of smaller and smaller. Yeah. She brings me to as if I'm having difficulty breathing as well, and would have like needed some help with oxygen and some help with breathing. So this feels to be important. She showed me very much wanting to put her hands on your shoulders and acknowledge your spirituality. This feels like really important, and this matches what you've said with that you asked her to be here today, because she's wanting to acknowledge your spirituality and your own connection, that you hear me. She's saying, you hear me, you know I'm around. So this feels to be very important. The love of flowers, I'm feeling fragrance with her. She would have worn perfume, or she would have liked things that smelled pretty. That feels important. Things she likes, pretty things, very girly in that sense of her and her nature too. And wearing pretty dresses, this feels important for her as well. Yeah.
Okay, and we've got some feedback. Joanne would
Okay,
also had various illnesses as well. I've been asking for nan or mum. There was a previous message from Joanne as well, please, Richard. Thank you. Crystal's also given us some feedback there. But Joanne said, my nan had diabetes, had her leg taken off because of it, which would tie me into why she was pulling me into my right leg, died in October on the 15th. And my nan went that way, as did mum with COPD. And she also gets her own connections. So for me, my pull is definitely with Joanne. Yeah. I don't know about yourself there, Jennifer.
Yeah, I do feel a link with Joanne. Yeah,
absolutely. I know we've had others that have been able to associate to this information. So I would say to you guys, take from the message what you can, but I definitely feel that it's Joanne Wood that we just need to continue working in the vein of the message for here this evening. Joanne, can you also understand as well, please, my lovely, that there was something to do with regards to why she felt so hungry all the time leading up to her passing, because she's just making my tummy make the most horrendous noises, and she's making me feel really empty at this moment in time. So there must have been some type of issue with regards to her not being able to eat the foods that she liked, or indeed there was just this natural need of her constantly feeling hungry all the time there as well. Thank you. You've been asking for your family to step forward. Well, there you go, my darling. It just goes to show you and prove to you that they do listen, that they are around us all the time, but they sometimes wait for the right time, the right people, the right connection before validating what it is that you're asking them to do. So I also feel with this lady as well that she just makes me want to break out at this moment in time with a rash. She's placing like a rash upon my body, so I know that there must have been some type of issue. It's almost like prickly heat that she just places around me. Okay, so I know that I'm acknowledging a rash, whether that sits with her or indeed with yourself, Joanne, and because she's talking to me about antihistamine as well to settle things down. So I know that that's, again, information she wants me to share there with you. Okay, my darling. Can you also understand why I want to place the name Daisy, or want to bring the significance of Daisy into the forefront of your mind with you and she as well, please, my darling? Because she just places that within my line of sight, and she calls out Daisy as she does so. Okay. And I just want to slow myself down. She's just making me take a breath, and she's just saying to me, take a little bit of a breather. So I know that she's just placing this into present day, and I know that she's placing this within your lap at this moment in time, Joanne. Take a breather, step back, refocus. I feel where I'm going with this message for you. Yes, you have prickly heat rash. I've just been given antihistamines. Yes, Daisy was one of her friends. Perfect. Count to 10, just refocus. You know what? You're getting yourself all anxious and all built up because you're trying. No, you're not trying. You're taking on too much. And she's saying to me, we need to space it out. I don't know if this connects with regards to what you were saying, Jennifer, with regards to spirituality. So I don't know if I'm linking this in with Joanne spiritually wise. But what else is it that you've got there, my lovely?
She's the food issue is very difficult for her because she became very limited over time, and she just couldn't participate with other people the way that she wanted to. So I know that this brought challenges to her, and this brought some sadness to her, because eating is social and participative. It brings family together and all of this. But she's also kind of like, at the same time, she's like, I don't want to focus too much on that. So it's interesting because she's showing us a lot of what was going on, so she can show who she is and give us that evidence, because she also brings me kind of to her back and to her neck as well. But she wasn't one that wanted to complain or have a fuss made over her as well. So she's very practical in that sense. But she showed me a teddy bear, and then I also feel drawn to, there would be like a young child in the family that she's wanting to acknowledge that she's feeling joy and love for as well. So I wanted to ask Joanne if she can understand where this young child fits in, because and the teddy bear that she's wanting to hand it. I feel like I'm with a young male, a young boy that she's wanting to acknowledge. I want to ask if she'd be able to place that as well too. But just a lovely soul. So happy to be here. And she's just all like, I can't believe it's my turn and I got to do this.
Absolutely. And I think it's been really important for Joanne as an individual to actually hear this message today, because you know as well as I do that when we're light workers, we're mediums, we're spiritual workers, you know, sometimes we also need a message. It's wonderful that we're able to give so much, and we're blessed and we're humbled to have the ability to do so. But you know what? Sometimes it's lovely to get the message as well. And I feel that was the purpose of her calling here this evening. Just making that connection and giving that confirmation to Joanne. So, and she's given us some feedback. Her grandson Lewis and the teddy I have that
there we go.
Perfect. Wonderful. So Joanne, we are going to leave her love with you, send her back up to the angels, and say God bless you and thank you so much for giving us the opportunity of working with you. And as quick as we started this evening's session, Jennifer, we've now come to a close. I mean, how did you find that? It was fabulous working with
so much fun. Oh my gosh, so much fun.
good. And you know, we were talking, weren't we, yesterday, as I said at the beginning of the show, with regards to what to expect this evening. And for you, you said this is going to be a new way for me working, Bill. So Spirit have placed it
Loved it.
into your lap for whatever reason that might be. Listen, from my heart to yours, God bless you. Thank you so much for joining the show
Thank
this
you.
evening. It's been wonderful working in your space and energy. I'm sure everybody at home has absolutely loved watching your style of work. Again,
you.
where can they find you on Facebook?
Medium Jennifer Rose.
Perfect. So do give Jennifer a look up, guys, and give her a like and a follow. And from my home to all of yours, once again, God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here with us, holding space, sharing, tagging. It's very much appreciated. I'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. But until then, may the love and the light of Spirit be with each and every one of you. Before I disappear, we're just going to do another advert because we need to talk to you about the fantastic holistic fair that SPTV are hosting, which is a week on Saturday. That's June the 11th at Waterlooville Community Centre. There are going to be some amazing stalls there. You're going to have readers, tarot readers, you're going to have psychics, you're going to have mediums, there's going to be gifts galore that you can purchase, there's going to be holistic remedies, there'll even be producer Richard. I mean, what more can a boy or girl want? So please do come along and join us. It's between and me. I know I'm going to be there, producer Richard. It would be lovely to see some of you guys that tune in religiously to support the channel and the show. So do come along and say hello. It'd be lovely to meet you. And then later on in the evening at the Roebuck Inn, you've got a demonstration of mediumship with 4 of your hosts from SPTV, including myself, the Polly Harnett, the lovely Polly Harnett. I'm getting tongue-tied. Spirit, step back. I'm finished now, living my earthly life. Lovely Polly Harnett and Matt and Kirsty Grogan. So, guys, please do come along and see us all. And until then, like I say, may the love and light of Spirit be with each and every single one of you. Jennifer, God bless you. Thank you so much. And producer Richard, as always, thank you. Good night, everyone. God bless.
Spiritual Psychics TV presents an holistic fair on Saturday the 11th of June, offering the best in spiritual readers and market stalls. Join us from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Throughout the day there will be many stalls such as natural polished crystals and stones, qualified complementary therapists offering spiritual healing. This exciting day is being held at the Waterlooville Community Centre, with plenty of free parking. A wide range of handmade products including candles, oils, jewelry, naturally organic and vegan soaps, creams, and bath bombs. Not forgetting the kids, we have face painting and a bouncy castle to enjoy all day. For those who are interested in potions, spells, and essentials oils, then we have a stall for you here as well. Maybe you're looking for a reading, be it mediumistic, palm, or tarot. 11 readers are available throughout the day. Refreshments such as drinks and light snacks are being provided by the 1940s Tea Room from Havant. Plenty of free workshops, talks, and a demonstration of mediumship are also planned during the day. For more information, please visit mbs.spiritualpsychicstv.online.